Okay, I'm going to share with you how I'm doing my research on Chat GPT for I have the plus version, which is the paid version so that I don't get kicked out. And it's $20 a month and I am paying for that right now so that I can get my work done and keep it going without having to be kicked out or not being able to get in because of so many millions of people using it all the time. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to start a new chat. So this is going to be my new chat. And when you do a new chat, you want to keep everything in that subject in the same chat. You want to remember that the AI remembers everything previously as long as you don't start a new chat. So once you start a new chat by clicking up here on the new chat, you don't want to do that. As soon as you do that, it's going to not remember everything that you just worked with it on. Now, it can't do, first of all, it's only good until mid 2021, so it doesn't have any new information from that time forward. The other thing is that you have to refine it. You can't just use what it tells you. You also have to fact check and make sure that what it says is correct because it grabs information from lots of sources, but a lot from the internet. And as we know, a lot of that stuff is not true. So we need to always, and then you need to use your intuition. This is a great way to do great auditing on content. So I'm going to show you something. So we're writing the a Siamese cat care guide. So if I'm going to do a Siamese cat care guide, I am going to start by asking chat some basic prompts, having a conversation with it. But in my mind, I'm also going to think about, okay, when I buy or get a new cat, what is the first thing I need to know? So we want to start the book with the beginning of when I first get my cat, right? So what's the first thing I need to know? I need to know the things that I'm going to need to have for him, right? Or her. So I bought the cat. I'm going to need a cat carrier, right? I'm going to need to um, have food. I'm going to need to have a litter box and litter and a bowl for water, some kind of feeding thing for my cat, right? So I'm going to need all these things. Um, After that, I'm going to need to know about um, all about like how to take care of the cat. Does a cat need a bath? And how do I give my little kitten a bath? Things like that. How do I brush my cat? All of these kinds of things I'm going to need. I'm going to need to know about the vax. Next is bringing him to the vet. How many times do I need? When do I need to bring him to the vet? How many times do I need to bring my cat to the vet? So we want it to be not like a blog where we're writing more about Batman and Robin and our experiences. The book is it is a little bit more sterile, but still needs to have my voice and still needs to work as a very good, like somebody's going to want to pay for this, okay? That's how good it has to be. From the vax, so then you're talking about going to the vet, and the vet's going to talk to you about what? They're going to talk to you about the vaccination schedule. So you need to have that. It needs to be in the specific order like this. And then after that, we're going to go into the different kinds of ailments a cat can get, different kind of diseases and what you can do about it, a prognosis, things like that. After that, probably about the aging cat, because now the cat's live, maybe the stages of life the cat goes through, starting from a baby to a teenager to an adult to a senior cat. And then we're probably going to even want to talk about weight management, indoor cats, outdoor cats, things like that, because once a cat's putting on too much weight, it's not healthy and good for the cat. And if you watch the movie about In the Mind of the Cat, which I asked all the writers that write about Siamese cats to watch that movie, it gives you a lot of insights into what about the cats, which is really incredible. And one of the things I remember it talking about was the whiskers and how a cat has a certain size whiskers, and the whiskers never grow. So they never grow past the way where the cat, when he's an adult, their whiskers never go bigger than that. So the cat is, and those whiskers are what let the cat know if he can go into a cave or a box or a cubby because they like to go into, you know, closed areas. And so it'll let them know that they can fit. But if a cat is really fat or overweight, those whiskers don't grow to his to his to his sides. It doesn't grow that way, so he gets stuck, and that's how come a cat gets stuck. So all of these kinds of things would be in a cat care book. Let's start with the very first thing, which is I'm just going to use one about the we're going to start with just you can start with what I just told you in the video, but I'm just going to start with something about um, the caring for him when he's after he's home. So I'm going to say caring for your no, I'm going to first say I am going to write an ebook. Okay, do you understand? Always ask, do you understand? Anytime you do a prompt, you ask, do you understand? Okay, I am going to write an ebook about the caring of Siamese cats. Okay, see, it's giving us some topics that we could cover. This is very good. You see this? So this is just giving us like an outline right now. All right, so we will now what we're going to do is we're going to let's just take the grooming one, okay? Um, okay, so now it's going to tell me all of this, and it's going to give me my sub. See how it's doing? Now it's giving me some little sub topics or points, bullet points, which are very good. We want always you want an ebook full of bullet points. It makes it very easy to read. Um, okay, so this is pretty good. I don't even need for a lot of this. Um, and then you can always say, can you expand on, we're going to go up here, expand on brushing your Siamese cat regularly. And let's see if it understands this. That's spelling error there. Oops. Just being a little, oh, here we go. Sorry, I didn't push it up. Okay, can you, yes, I understand. Let's expand on the topic. Okay, that's good. Let's erase this because I didn't see that I had that there. All right, so here we have is important aspect. As okay, choose the right brush. You see how this keeps going on and on. Start slowly, work in sections, be gentle, brush regularly. So I like this. So we could take this brush regularly, okay, which is just a little bit short. Right here is just an outline, grooming. Under grooming, we would put brush, bathe, trim, and then you go through all of them. I said, let's expand on the topic of brushing your cat regularly. That then we would go here to this, right? And then you would say, let's do the next one. Can you expand on, and let's look over here. What was the next one? On bathing occasionally. So now it's going to give me more information. And this one is okay. I like the tone. The tone is really good. Um, because if it was an article, of course, we want it to be more fluid, but this is okay. So this is what a cat care guide would be like. Okay, if you went to this bookstore, you looked for a book that was about how to take care of your cat when you first buy it until he dies, what would that book look like? So that's what you have to think. So do you see how this works? So this is giving us some really, really good content. And you just keep expanding and asking if it understands and keep going on and on from there. And do not shut out. If you shut this down, then it's not going to remember and you're going to have to start all over again. Okay. So you want to take all of this and put it into a Google document right away, and then you can go in and edit it further and stuff. So that's basically how you're going to use ChatGPT for an ebook. It's going to be different when you're doing other content creation, but for an ebook, this is good enough right now. Okay. So then you're going to go through and you're going to do everything like that. So when we go here, it has feeding, grooming, health. Now it's missing. So look at this. It's missing going to the doctor and as well health. But we don't want to. We would expand on the health, exercise, training, socialization, and then I would keep it like in this order then. And then here is I would also um, go into. Then I'd go back here in the same thread and ask chat to also, now let's go into when you're in this health area, that's where we would put all of the diseases, the vaccination schedules, and going to see the vet and all of that kind of stuff. So you would have to prompt it because you couldn't just see this just as this is just different things about it. But for health, so we can say this. We could say, let me do one more. When I first get my Siamese cat, what are the, no, let's see. Let's do this. When do I need to bring my Siamese cat to the veterinarian? I never know how to spell this word. Veterinary. I never know how to spell. It's always wrong. And how often? There. So we're going to expand on this. Here are some guidelines. See? Annual checkups. New pet exams. See, this is very important. We want to know more about that new pet exam, right? So we're going to add that. And you're probably not going to go into so much about the sick visits and stuff. That's probably going to be enough. But you're going to want to annual checkups and the new pet exam. Yeah, so always at the end, always add, because we never want to get sued, that ask your veterinarian, ask your vet how often to bring the cat, right? We don't want to tell them to do something that, because each cat's different and they might have health issues or whatever. But so now you can go in here and have chat go further, say, okay, so please expand on new pet exams, and it'll remember all of that. So hopefully that will help you understand. I don't want to make this video too long because it takes so long to upload them to Google Drive, but hopefully this will help you understand how to work with it to get the correct information that I'm looking for.